Hi, I'm George Pearson, and in this video we'll be talking about the new Minecraft Snapshot 19w45a, which has quite a few little tweaks in it about the way that the bees behave. You can see them back there in the background. Also a lot of other little bug fixes, but we'll focus here on just working with the bees. Now if you like this video, make sure you hit that like button and of course share as well. Don't forget to subscribe. I do a bunch of videos every single week, 3 or 4 videos every week, with at least one of those being on Minecraft. Take a look at my channel to see what else I've been up to. Okay, let's get to it. As I mentioned, a lot of the new updates here in the 19w45a snapshot relate with the bees. The first one is that bees will now search up to 10 blocks away, 10 squares here inside of the game, from where they're at to look for a new place to call home, new nest or a new hive to call home. Now I've set up a grid here, as you can see, which is 10 blocks away from the center position right there. So a bee should look anywhere within that grid. Now one thing I found is that the bees aren't limited to just this space. They'll go beyond this if they don't find anything. This is just kind of their search pattern that they look at first. Let me just demonstrate that. Let's just switch around here and I'll make a bee. I'll put right in the middle. There we go. There's a bee. And there's nothing in here. And you'll see it'll look around, but pretty soon it's just going to fly off because it doesn't see anything it wants in this basic area. And once it does that, it goes ahead and leaves the confines of its search pattern. And there you go. It's going outside the walls right now. Okay, so it will search further out than 10 blocks, but it first looks within that 10 block space, and then if it doesn't find anything, then it moves beyond that. Let's now set up some things in here for it to work with. Let's just go over here to this corner, and I'll set up a beehive right there. There we go. And let's put some tall flowers around it. This is because one of the other updates here is that the bees were ignoring tall flowers. Okay, let's go back to the center and let's make a new bee right there. There we go. Now it should go over and spot those tall flowers pretty quickly if everything is working correctly. And it looks like it's... No, it went away. Look at that. Oh, it's back again. Or is it? Hard to see. I think that bee is doing its own thing in here. Maybe he'll come back and behave himself. Alright, so he did a search pattern and he has now found the tall flowers, and there he goes. He's now coming in to grab the pollen from the tall flowers. So they're now working with tall flowers. There's another bee just popped in there as well. Something else about bees is that if you are holding a tall flower, the bees wouldn't follow you. Let's just switch over here to a tall flower, and there we go. So now if you're holding a tall flower, the bees will come over and hang around. So that has been fixed. They'll still, of course, work with the short flowers. They've always done that here, but the tall flowers now work as well. Where'd that bee go? There he is. Another update was that bees were getting lost if they went too far, or if they got too far away from their hive or from their nest, and that appears to have been fixed. They're also supposed to go ahead and use a local beehive if it's empty, if they are further away from their nest than they should be. Now I've seen them going back and forth between my new nests here and the ones outside I've already had up there. So I'm not really sure exactly how that fix is working, but it looks like it's working okay. Bees were also supposedly having problems with fences and walls and things like that, but I've seen that, no problem with that there. That bee is just right over the wall, and there he is. So they don't seem to be getting stuck on walls or fences. And notice how that bee was over here with this beehive. He just now moved over to this new beehive over here. So they're switching between beehives pretty well. That seems to be working out just about right. Now something else inside of the update here for Minecraft is dealing with putting a campfire underneath a beehive. Let's go ahead and take a look at that, or a bee nest actually. Just go out here. And right over here, I have a nice bee nest and then a campfire underneath. Now what was happening, this is a little bug, is if you had this situation and you lit the campfire underneath, it could catch the bee nest or beehive on fire. Obviously that's not happening, so that appears to have been fixed as well, which is nice. This is a real great way to be able to smoke the bees, making it much easier for you to get honey or honeycomb out of the beehive or bee nest without them going crazy and attacking you. And one more little update here, and let's put a couple of beehives right here. There's one, there's another. I'm just going to break this beehive, and notice how it dropped that beehive. It's kind of down in the ground. There it is. Just grab that. So it dropped that just fine. That's the way it's supposed to work. But if you set this up so that you use the game rule, let's just type this one in here. There we go. We'll do tile drops false, like that. This wasn't working. It was still showing the blocks being dropped. But now if I click on that, notice that it's not dropping any longer. So that little bug fix has been fixed as well. So just something kind of small in there, but it's a nice little tweak as well. Now there are a lot of other new little tweaks and adjustments and so forth, covering a lot of stuff here in this latest update. But these are the main ones dealing with bees, and that's kind of where I've been keeping my focus recently. So there you go. A few updates here in the Minecraft Snapshot 19w45a, the ones that deal with bees. And don't forget, if you like this video, hit that like button, and of course click on share as well. And don't forget to subscribe. I do at least one video a week on Minecraft, trying to hit all the new stuff whenever possible, and I'm filling in some older things as well. Okay, till next time, this is George Pearson, signing out.